Good morning. Today's lesson is 2.3, multiplying fractions. This one is one that a lot of students in 6th grade find very easy. It's on page 181. To add and subtract fractions, you need to find common decimals. But multiplying fractions, you don't have to worry about any of that. You just multiply the top numbers, the numerators, and then you multiply the denominators, the bottom number, and then you usually simplify. So 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 5 is 10, 4/10, they're both even numbers. You can divide by 2 and you'll get 2/5. Down here we have 1/4 times 1 2/3. You need to switch the mixed number into a improper fraction. So we have 5/4 times, oh, it was 1 1/4. Okay, so to do that, we have 1 1/4. We're going to times 4 groups of 1 is 4. Add the little guy at the top is 5. So we have 5/4 for one of the mixed numbers. The other mixed number was 1 2/3. So 3 groups of 1, that's 3. Add 2 for the little guy on top. That's going to be 5/3. So we have 5/4 times 5/3. 5/4 times 5/3 equals 25/12. Then we usually put it back into mixed number form. So 12 goes into 25 2 whole times, which is 24. There's 1 left over, 1/12. So 5/4 times 5/3 is 2 1/12. Let's go over to page 82. So remember PEMDAS, you want to do parentheses, then your exponents, multiplication and division left to right, then add and subtract left to right. So when I have this kind of a problem right here, I need to do my parentheses first. There's no exponents. And then I need to, so this part I would times first, which is inside of the parentheses, and then add that at the end. So we would have 4/5 plus this equals, and 6 times 1/2, if I went like this, 6/1, I would have 6/2, which 6/2 goes down to, can simplify to 3. Oh, I see what they did here. Never mind. We'll skip down here because I skipped a step. So we have 4/5 plus 6/1 times 3/8, which equals 4/5. We're starting at the beginning again, plus 6 times 3, 1 times 8. So they're just timesing the top numbers, timesing the bottom numbers. They got 18/8. So 4/5 is still there, plus we multiplied it out, 18/8. And now we've got to add fractions, but the denominators are not the same. So we need to find a common denominator between 5 and 8. And if you think back, counting by 5s and counting by 8 for our LCM, least common multiple, if I go 8, 16, 5 doesn't go into 16, 24, no, 5 doesn't work, 32, no, 5 doesn't work, and then 40, yep. And if I counted by 5s, I would get 40. So 40 is my LCM, that's going to be my common denominator. And so to get 40 on the bottom, I need to times the 5 by 8 and the 8 by 5. So I changed the denominators to 40. So 8 times 4 is 32. 18 times 5 is 90. When I add the top numbers, the denominator stays the same with fractions. I have 122/40. I can simplify by dividing by 2 because they're both even numbers. 61/20. Now I'm going to switch it back to a mixed number. 20 goes into 63 times, and then there's 1/20 left over. Let's move on to page 83. Kind of a lot to think about, huh? So 6 over 1 times 3 over 8. You're going to multiply the top numbers and the bottom numbers. So 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 8 is 8. Then, how many times does 8 go into 18? 2 times, and there's 2 8s left over, which 2 8s will simplify down to 2 1/4. Over here, multiply the top numbers, multiply the bottom numbers. Then I divided by 2 because they're both even. And then I realized 12/36 I can divide by 12. So I divided again and I got 1/3. Here I need to do my parentheses first, but they don't have a common denominator. And so I made 4 the common denominator. I subtracted them out. 3/4 subtract 2 4s is 1/4. And then 1/4 times 3/5. So I multiply the top numbers to get 3, multiply the bottom numbers to get 20. 3/20 doesn't simplify any lower. It's already there. Here, there's no parentheses, there's no exponents, but I know that I have to do multiplication before addition. So here I'm going to sneak a 1 under the 12, multiply 4 times 12 to get 48, 9 times 1 to get 9, and then I have 48 over 9, but I need to change 1/3. I need to add it to 1/3. They don't have the same common denominator. So I'm going to leave 48/9 here and add the 1/3, but I'm going to switch it to 3/9 so that I have a common denominator. Then I add the top numbers, which gives me 51/9. 9 goes into 51 5 times, and there's 6/9 left over. I can simplify my 6/9, dividing by 3, and get 5 2/3. Our code word for today is multiply. I'm going to do one of these go deepers. When you see the word of, it usually means to multiply. 5/6 of the 90 pets in the pet show are cats. 4/5 of the cats are calico cats. What fraction of the pets are calico cats? So 5/6 of means to multiply. 90 is 450 over 6, which I simplified here and then simplified again. So that gives me 75 cats. So out of all the pets, 75 of them are cats. Then it says 4/5 of the cats. Well, how many cats did we have? 75. 4/5 of 75, and I sneaked a 1 under there. Multiplied it out and simplified. And so 60 are calico of the 75 cats. All right, thanks for watching and good luck with math today.